think there's so many contemporary churches watering down, and this might seem like an obvious question, but I just want to go over it. Why do you think there's so many contemporary churches out there that are watering down and making the gospel very surface level and not touching too deep because we don't want to lose followers? Why do you think they're going that route? And how can we as a body address it and keep each other accountable in that regard?
That's a loaded question. Let me see if I can break it down. No, it's a great question. It's a loaded question. I don't know that there's just one dynamic. Number one, these are not in an order, but I would say first and foremost in my thinking, because we don't know where we've come from, there's a whole host of people that are in the ministry that have not realized that you've got to be called to preach the gospel. It's not a career. And in the me generation of the baby boomers, we turned everything into success and entrepreneurship. And so everything has now become a franchise model. And so leadership is about how well you can build a franchise, which has nothing to do with the story. Has everything to do with modern America and the West and technology and entrepreneurship, which we can talk about entrepreneurship from a biblical perspective. But when I hear preachers that sound like the ministry has become a career, I cringe, because it's not a career, it's a calling. And there was a day when everyone in the culture knew everyone had a vocation. Not all had a calling to preach the gospel, but you had a calling to be a doctor, you had a calling to be a lawyer, you had a calling to be whatever. But vocation has lost its appeal in a culture that wants 15 minutes of fame because we're starved for self-recognition. So now we've got selfies and we've got all the things we do to reinforce self-recognition because we don't know who we are. But we don't realize how come we don't know who we are. And we're not going to find out who we are apart from a relationship with the one who made us who we are. So that's the first thing. And so if we think pastors are immune to being in need of self-recognition, we're not dealing with reality because we're all human beings. The challenge is that when that's not challenged, then ministry becomes a way to get my needs met. And that's the last place you want to be if you want to get your needs met. Because you can't really take up your cross and follow Jesus if you're still needing self-recognition. So now ministry has become, I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I want to be impressive, I want to do this, I want to do that. None of which has anything to do with pouring our lives out.